Right, this lesson we are looking into the PO2 chapter 9.4 about product rule. So previous lesson you have learned about chain rule. Chain rule is working about the differentiating about composite functions when you, let's say, you've got 5x squared plus 1, that's the inside layer, and then when you square root, that's the outside layer. When you have a function more than one layer like an onion, then we're using chain rule. So and we also learn about shortcut. The shortcut about chain rule is to differentiate outside to the inside. Now we are going to use the shortcut whenever we can, as much as possible when it comes to using chain rule. So, doing product rule. So product rule is used when finding the derivative of a product. Product means when you multiply together of two functions. So the product rule is, okay, so if y equals ub, so two functions of x, then dy by dx equals to v du by dx plus u dv by dx. Okay, so when we say when we usually say a product rule, I usually just call it v du plus u dv. That's how I usually say it. Okay, so we'll have a look in the next one example how we can use it. So example, a product rule. If y equals x squared times sine x, we know we have to work with the derivative of this function. It's a product rule because x squared times sine x. So product. So what we'll do is we let u equals x squared and v equals sine x. Okay. The next we'll go du by dx, differentiate, which is 2x, dv by dx. The derivative of sine x is cos x. Remember this sine x, cos x clock, sine, cos, negative sine, negative cos. If you're going clockwise direction, that will be differentiation. So differentiating sine x is cos x. So using a formula for the product rule, dy by dx equals, so v du by dx. I'm going to rewrite the formula once in here, v du by dx plus u dv by dx. I'm going to write once, so you don't normally have to write it. And I won't normally write as well. So v is sine x. So v is sine x. Bracket times du by dx is 2x times 2x plus u x squared times dv by dx times cos x. So I'm going to rewrite it a bit nicer. 2x, I'm going to write 2x sine x. One question you might ask, sir, can you not write as sine x times 2x? Yes, you can, but there is a way how we write algebra. We tend to write the trig terms at the back of the term. So trigonometry, for example, sine x 2x, sine x is the trig function. We usually put it at the end of the same term. So 2x sine x. Yeah. And on the right side, we'll write, on the second term, we'll write x squared cos x. And that's your dy by dx. That's the answer. Okay, we can't simplify further. Okay, so product rule. Let u, let v differentiate on both sides. Okay, and then use the formula v du plus u dv. Okay, next one. This one is where we have to use product plus chain. In the exam, obviously, they won't tell you you have to use product and chain, nor they will say use product rule. Okay, they will just ask you to differentiate it. I'm telling you a product plus chain in here is just for you in case you're wondering when you read the notes again. Okay, this example is about product rule and chain rule. Okay, so let's have a look. Given that f of x equals x squared times root 3x minus 1, find f dash x. F dash x means derivative. So we can see a product, so we can use product rule. So we're going to let u be x squared and v being square root of 3x minus 1. Now, root 3x minus 1 is not good for differentiation, so I'm going to rewrite quickly as 3x minus 1 to the power of a half. So on the first term, du by dx, that's easy. Okay, hopefully you know the answer by now. 2x, if you don't, go back to year 12. Next one, to find derivative of v, dv by dx. Now, this is a chain rule. So this is a chain rule from here. So we're using shortcut. Well, chain rule because 3x minus 1 is inside layer and then to the power of a half. Now, if you remember, the shortcut for chain rule is you differentiate from the outside to the inside. So what's the derivative of outside? What's the outside function? Power of a half. Differentiate power of a half means a half, 3x minus 1 to the power minus a half. Take the power down, power minus 1. Okay? times, so step by step, okay, step by step, times differentiate inside. Differentiate 3x minus 1 is 3. So if I simplify that, it'll be 3 over 2, 3x minus 1 to the power of minus a half. And that's the derivative of dv by dx. Once you've got all the ingredients, now it's time to put in the recipe, dy by dx, a product rule. Product rule is v du plus u dv. So v is 3x minus 1 to the power of a half. Okay, do not copy the wrong thing. So it's v du times 2x plus u x squared times dv times 3 over 2, 3x minus 1 to the power of minus a half, close bracket. Oh, that's too much bracket. Okay. Right, then we can simplify things by rewriting a bit neater. So that's 2x bracket 3x minus 1 to the power of a half, plus this one I can write 3x squared over 2, 3x minus 1 to the power of negative a half, and that'll be the final answer. Right, now some of textbook or some of the other, maybe our teachers, if you go on maybe when you revision, sometimes you have to use other videos, that's perfectly fine. Some teachers will teach you to do in the other order. In here, you know, we do v du plus u dv. Some teacher, or the formal, is the official formula? I don't think so. We'll say u dv, so this one first, and then plus the v du by dx. So they swap around the terms. So this is what they will write. They will write u dv plus v du. Now this is perfectly fine because think of this: 2 plus 3 is same as 3 plus 2. So why do I have to be so antisocial and try to do the other way around? The reason I'm doing v du first is because next lesson when you learn about quotient rule, the quotient rule must start from the v. Therefore, just for easier, help you remember easier, we start with v on both rules. So product rules v du plus u dv. And it's perfectly fine which one you go for first in product rule. However, for quotient rule, next lesson you must start from the v, and therefore, again, I start from v on both sides. Okay, so both for both rules, v du plus u dv. That's how I remember it. Right. So next example in here, given that y equals e to the power 4x sine square 3x, show that dy by dx equals that, where a and b are constants to be determined. We need to find dy by dx, so differentiate. To differentiate, we see a product, so product rule. Okay, so we apply product rule. To apply product rule, u equals e to the power 4x, and v equals sine. Now, sine square 3x, I can do a little half a step here, so it saves me time to do differentiation, because by writing sine square 3x as sine 3x squared, I can immediately work out this is the inside and that's the outside. The square is the outside. So left hand side, du by dx. Okay. So can I ask you, okay, have a work out the derivative on both sides and check your answer. Okay, pause the video, have a go, differentiate on both of them. Right. So du by dx, differentiate e to the power 4x is 4e to the power 4x. Just differentiate 4x is 4, so it's 4 times e to the power 4x. We mentioned this shortcut before. To differentiate anything with power of e, you differentiate just the power and then multiply in the front. Okay. For dv by dx, this is a chain rule. Okay, so differentiate outside to the inside. Derivative of squared is you pull down the 2 and then bring the power back to 1 times differentiate sine 3x is using chapter 9.1 knowledge, 3 cos of 3x. Okay. Now you must master the chain rule shortcut. Reason being is you need this for integration, and that becomes, you know, if you feel like this is level 5, very difficult, this becomes a level 1 in integration, because this becomes like the base what you have to do for integration. So that's why you have to master it. So dv by dx, I mean, simplify that, will be 6 sine x, sine 3x cos 3x. And we've got all the ingredients. We can now do differentiation. We can write dy by dx equals v du. So v is sine 3x squared. Now we're going to sine square 3x. v du times 4e to the power 4x plus u e to the power 4x dv times 6 sine 3x cos 3x. Okay. I'm going to write a bit neater. As I said, all the trigonometry terms, functions should be positioned at the end of each term. So the first one I write is 4e to the power 4x sine square 3x plus the next one, the coefficient is 6, so 6e to the power 4x sine 3x cos 3x. Now this way you can easily tell what can be factorized, okay, in both terms. So compared to the question, they want us to factorize e to the power 4x sine 3x out. And we can do that because both terms has e to the power 4x sine 3x, e to the power 4x sine 3x. We can absolutely do that. So let's factorize it. So factorize it, e to the power 4x sine 3x. So the first term, we're left with 4 sine 3x. The next term, we have 6 cos 3x. And that's the answer. Okay. Compare with the original, a cos 3x, b sine 3x. So a is 6 and b is 4, right? Because a is a coefficient of cos 3x. Okay, right. One question for you to try. Okay, press the question. So pause the video, have a go at the question. When you're ready for the answer, you can press play. Right, so to differentiate this, take a product rule because x squared and ln 3x. So u equals x squared and v equals ln 3x. Differentiating u is 2x. And oh, by the way, if you want the final answer, I'll give you the final answer. The final answer is, the final answer dy by dx equal 2x ln 3x plus x. If you got it right, well done. Okay, move on. All right, so that's the end of the lesson for you. But if you don't, let's go through. dv by dx. To differentiate ln 3x, I mentioned this last lesson in the shortcut. Differentiate ln is 1 over, so it's 1 over 3x. Times differentiate outside to inside. Differentiate inside 3x is 3. So 1 over 3 and times 3 is 1 over x. Or alternatively, you can try to remember the result from 9.2. Differentiate ln kx, the derivative of ln kx is 1 over x. So that could be done as well. Anyway, so both of them is 1 over x. Then we can apply product rule. dy by dx equals v du times 2x plus u dv times dv. So the first one. Now, ln 3x. Now, we don't have trigonometry terms in here, but if we don't have trigonometry terms, we usually put it at the back, same as a logarithm terms. So we put ln at the back, okay, 2x ln 3x plus x squared times 1 over x. They cancel out, it's just x. That's the answer. All right, and that's product rule. Product rule essentially is just using formula v du plus u dv. Let u to be one term, let v to the other, differentiate both sides, use the formula, and voila, you've got the answer. Right, and that's the end of 9.2.